Hello, my people. This is Naija Fix Media, your trusted source for real political and social conversations happening in Nigeria today. Today, we are bringing you a developing story that recently happened during a security operation in Nigeria. According to reports, security operatives carried out an operation that led to the arrest of 31 suspected internet fraudsters. During the operation, several items believed to be connected to cybercrime were recovered. Among the items reportedly recovered were laptops, ATM cards, and other electronic devices suspected to have been used for fraudulent online activities. The suspects were taken into custody and are currently undergoing further investigation by the authorities. Before we say anything more about this situation, let us first listen to the report from the security personnel who led the operation so we can understand how these arrests were made and how the suspects were apprehended.
Find out who their master is. They say it's one Mr. Malvins. Obviously, what he's doing is he kidnapped or deceived people that they were coming for employment in Edo State. And when they get to Edo, they will lock them up. So some of them have been in that house for more than 2 years. Some of them for 1 year, 8 months. Some of them up to 8 months. Some of them 4 months.
All right, my people. You have now heard directly from the officer about how the operation was carried out and how these suspects were arrested. Operations like this show the level of work security agencies are doing to confront the growing problem of cybercrime in the country. Now, let us also hear from some of the suspects themselves so we can understand what they have to say about the activities they were involved in.
You are doing fraud there.
John of the house called me. He said, my check will take that before your house. Now we take go there.
All the money we had all collect for there. It all is like 60-40K.
I don't really know about all these people there because there's another passageway for me to always enter the room.
You have now heard their own words, and stories like this raise a very serious question for our society. Now, my people, after hearing this story and listening to the confessions, the question we must ask ourselves is this: how did we get here as a society? Because a country does not suddenly wake up one day and become like this. A society slowly becomes what we are seeing today. If we go back 30 or 40 years ago, Nigeria was not perfect, but the moral compass of society was different. People still believed strongly in character, honesty, and integrity. Parents corrected their children. Teachers disciplined students. Religious leaders spoke boldly about righteousness and justice. Young people grew up hearing that a good name was better than quick money. But over time, something began to change in our society. One of the things that helped shape this change is the kind of music and entertainment that began to dominate our culture. Many modern secular songs started promoting wealth above character. Suddenly, the message everywhere became that if you do not have money, you do not matter. Some songs even boldly say things like, if you no get money, hide your face. When young people keep hearing messages like that again and again, it slowly begins to change how they think about life and success. Before now, we had musicians who used their voices to speak about justice, truth, and good morals. Artists like Lucky Dube sang powerful songs about corruption, oppression, and standing for what is right. In Nigeria, we also had musicians like Oritz Wiliki, who used music to talk about righteousness, peace, and social justice. Their music reminded society that success without character was dangerous. But today, that kind of message is becoming rare. Instead, society now celebrates wealth without asking questions about where the wealth came from. People who suddenly become rich through questionable means are celebrated openly. Politicians who steal public money are still welcomed as big men. Internet fraudsters, what people call Yahoo boys, are praised in parties. Hype men shout their names. People spray money for them. Nobody stops to ask the simple question: where did this money come from?
Even churches, which are supposed to help guide the conscience of society, are sometimes not helping the situation. Instead of teaching righteousness, justice, and accountability, many sermons today are focused almost entirely on money and prosperity. Some dangerous statements are even made from pulpits. Statements like, poverty is a curse, or Jesus never visited the poor, or even, I will never follow a poor pastor. These are destructive statements flooding from the pulpits on a weekly basis. But when the pulpit that is supposed to build the conscience of society begins to promote wealth above character, then something is already going wrong.
Because the truth is simple. A society that celebrates money without asking questions about its source will eventually produce leaders who also pursue power without accountability. And that is how we slowly arrive at the situation we are facing today. How do we go back? We thank God for the arrest, but we have to again start emphasizing righteousness, justice, and honesty above wealth. That is the only way forward. Once again, this is Naija Fix Media. Subscribe to our channel, like this video, and turn on the notification bell so you stay informed about the latest political and social developments in Nigeria. Share this video so others can learn from this story. Stay safe, and God bless Nigeria.